Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you. So what I want to talk to you about today is people attempting to turn a marathon into a sprint. Now what does that mean? Well, I understand, okay, I get it because I've been there most of my life. When you want something, you want it now. You don't want it tomorrow, you don't want it in 5 minutes, you want it right now. So, what does that mean? How does that kind of fall into what I'm saying here? Well, a lot of times it's not possible. And a lot of times when you try to do that, to make something happen now that you really shouldn't or cannot, it backfires. And it can end up causing a wide array of problems depending upon what you're actually attempting to do. A lot of times, and where I'm getting at this is with fitness especially, people look for shortcuts, okay? And we look for shortcuts in everything we do. I'm just using this as an example. So you want to lose 10 pounds, but you want it right now. What lengths are you willing to go to do that? What are you willing to use to do that? Is it safe? Is the risk versus reward right? Chances are no. And chances are if you're trying to do something too fast that's generally viewed as unsafe or unhealthy, or you shouldn't be doing it too fast, then probably 9.5 to 9.8 times out of 10, something bad's going to happen out of that. It's just like when you're, with money, for example, when you're trying to make too much money too fast and you need it right now. Chances are you're bending the rules to do it, and it may not end up being, finishing how you want. And who knows what that could bring up. But in general, it's not a good thing. If you're racing cars and you're trying to soup up your engine to get it to a certain amount too fast, and you need to take time to do this and let this ride out and work your way up, probably not going to end well. When you're training for something, if you're trying to, get to a certain level too fast, I've seen like boxers and wrestlers trying to cut way too much, way too fast. It's going to backfire. The point is this. A lot of times in life, we have to take a step back and realize that this is not a sprint. That a lot of the things that we're after is more set up to be a marathon. And you have to take the step-by-step process to do it in the right way. If you want to achieve it, do it in a safe and effective manner. If you don't think about consequences, you don't think long-term, then a lot of times this is going to backfire on you. And I don't know, it could end up in a variety of bad ways. And it's something that I've made. The reason I'm doing this video is because I've made these mistakes so many times in life, especially when I was younger. I've gotten a lot better as I've gotten older and learned. One of the things about me is when I make a mistake, most of the time I learn from it and I don't go back and recommit it. I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying I haven't done that because I have. I've made the same mistake several times before. But a lot of times I learned from that. And one of the big things I learned was trying to do stuff too fast. It backfired on me so badly when I was younger and in so many different circumstances. Not just one particular area, but a lot. It was like I kept doing this and this and then take it to another, portion of my life and another portion of my life, and it never ends well. Something bad always ends up happening. And it might not surface itself right away, but eventually it catches up to you. So you have to think about things more drawn out. Unless you're actually running a sprint, okay, that's a different story. But most of the things that we do that we want too quickly, we're not supposed to get too quickly, there's a reason. Because there's a process to follow. And that process is there because it's how it's supposed to be done, or it's far more effective or far more safe. So I just want people to, when you want something so badly, so quick, and you don't have to be young or old for this. This affects people of all ages. I'm not just saying because you get older that you lose this concept, because that's not true at all. So it's not fair for anybody to sit up and go, oh, it's only young people that do this, or da-da-da-da. That's not right. Now, is it common? Yeah, but it's not right to say that 100% generalized. I still do it too, okay? And I know a lot of people a lot older than me that do it, that I've seen make mistakes. The point is, you've got to focus in, okay? You've got to get yourself under control. Self-control is a big, big thing that everybody's got to work on, okay? One of the main reasons that people make a lot of mistakes and do a lot of things wrong is a lack of self-control. And it's difficult. It is so hard. I'm not up here trying to preach like it's something easy and like, I'm Mr. Perfect here and I've never done that with a lack of self-control. It's hard in all aspects, whether it's your diet, whether it's money, whatever the case may be, okay? It's hard, but it's doable. You have to use your head, mentally overcome. But just don't try to turn marathons into sprints, everybody. Because when you do that, chances are very high it's going to backfire. and you don't want that. So that being said, www.elitefitness.com/videos is where you can see all of my old and new videos being uploaded daily, uncut and uncensored. www.icearms.com/forums, and dylan@icearms.com is where you can get me with all questions and comments. So that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli signing off.